Robert Downey Jr., a name now synonymous with Iron Man and cinematic success, lived one of Hollywood's most dramatic life arcs, one marked by early promise, devastating lows, and a breathtaking comeback. From a precocious child of a filmmaker to a global superstar, Downey's life is a story of talent, struggle, resilience, and reinvention. Growing up, Robert was immersed in a world of creativity, but also exposed to dysfunction. His father introduced him to marijuana at the tender age of 6, an incident that would later haunt both of them. By the age of 8, Downey Jr. was already familiar with drugs, a tragic foundation for the addiction issues that would later derail his promising career. Downey Jr.'s first appearance in film came at the age of 5, playing a puppy in his father's film Pound, 1970. Acting was in his blood, and after his parents divorced when he was 13, he moved around frequently, living with his father in Los Angeles, and later dropping out of Santa Monica High School to pursue acting full-time in New York. His early adult career saw him land small but promising roles in films like Weird Science, 1985, and the cult classic Less Than Zero, 1987, in which he played a drug-addicted rich teenager, a role disturbingly close to his real life. Downey's true acting prowess was showcased in Chaplin, 1992, where he portrayed the legendary silent film actor Charlie Chaplin. The performance was a masterclass in transformation and earned him a Best Actor nomination at the Academy Awards. It was a crowning moment, placing him among Hollywood's elite. Yet even as his professional life soared, his personal life began to crumble under the weight of substance abuse. The late 1990s and early 2000s were marked by a deep, public fall from grace. Downey was arrested multiple times for possession of heroin, cocaine, and marijuana. In 1996, he was infamously caught driving naked down Sunset Boulevard with a loaded gun and drugs in his car. He missed court-ordered drug tests and was jailed several times, even spending a year in the California Substance Abuse Treatment Facility and state prison. Despite these setbacks, his raw talent never left him. He continued to land small roles when he could, some directors willing to take the risk on him, like in Ally McBeal, 2000, where he won a Golden Globe. But his addiction continued to sabotage his opportunities. Downey's recovery journey began in earnest around 2003. A combination of rehabilitation, meditation, martial arts, therapy, and most importantly love, helped him find stability. In 2003, he met Susan Levin, a producer on the film Gothica. She was instrumental in his recovery, refusing to marry him until he committed to sobriety. They married in 2005, and she became his emotional anchor and business partner. Downey's real comeback came in 2008, when Marvel Studios took a huge risk and cast him as Tony Stark/Iron Man in Iron Man. The film became a massive success, grossing over $585 million worldwide and launching the Marvel Cinematic Universe (MCU). Tony Stark, a genius billionaire who battles his own demons, mirrored Downey's own life, and audiences embraced the performance. He reprised the role in over 10 MCU films, culminating in Avengers Endgame 2019, where his iconic line, "I am Iron Man," sealed his legacy. Downey became one of the highest-paid actors in Hollywood, earning upwards of $75 million per film at the peak of his MCU run. Outside Marvel, Downey Jr. impressed with roles in Tropic Thunder 2008, earning an Oscar nomination, and Sherlock Holmes 2009, and its sequel, where he played the titular detective with wit and flair. The films were both commercial hits. He also showed his dramatic range in The Judge 2014, Doolittle 2020, and most recently in Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer 2023, where he played Lewis Strauss, earning critical acclaim and an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. Robert Downey Jr. and Susan Downey have 2 children together, and he has one son, Indio, from a previous marriage. He is known for his deep interest in spirituality, martial arts, and environmental causes. In recent years, Downey launched the Footprint Coalition, a non-profit using technology to fight climate change. From being blacklisted in Hollywood to becoming one of its most bankable stars, Downey's journey is a testament to the human spirit's capacity for transformation. His charisma, vulnerability, and sheer brilliance have turned him into a legend and actor whose life story is as captivating as the characters he plays. Robert Downey Jr. Walner's net worth is not just a number, it is the story of an extraordinary man whose life has played out like a Hollywood screenplay. Once a rising star, then a fallen actor battling the demons of addiction, and eventually a global icon known as Iron Man, Downey's financial journey mirrors his life. turbulent, astonishing, and ultimately triumphant. Today, with an estimated net worth of $300 to $350 million, he stands as one of the wealthiest actors in Hollywood. But getting there was anything but easy. Born into a family of artists on April 4, 1965, Robert Downey Jr. was no stranger to film sets. He began acting at the age of 5 in his father's underground film Pound. During the 1980s, as he transitioned into mainstream Hollywood, Downey built a strong foundation as a talented actor. With roles in teen hits like Weird Science, 1985, and the darker, more serious Less Than Zero, 1987, he began to earn steady paychecks. His breakout role came in 1992 when he portrayed Charlie Chaplin in Chaplin, a performance that earned him an Academy Award nomination and a reported salary of around $500,000 to $1 million. The success should have marked the start of a financial boom. Instead, it was the beginning of years of chaos. As Downey's fame grew, so did his personal struggles. In the mid to late 1990s, his life became overwhelmed by drug abuse and legal issues. Arrests for possession of cocaine, heroin, and weapons led to stints in jail, court-ordered rehab, and multiple film and television projects being terminated. Studios began to see him as a liability. His once promising career stalled, and his earnings plummeted. During this dark period, Downey was reportedly broke, relying on minimal work and small roles to survive. On productions like Gothica, 2003, producers demanded he be heavily insured and that his salary be withheld until filming concluded without incident. He lived with the stigma of addiction and a battered financial reputation. By the early 2000s, Robert Downey Jr. was virtually bankrupt, struggling to find stability both personally and professionally. The turning point in Downey's financial story came in 2008, when Marvel Studios took what many considered to be a massive risk by casting him as Tony Stark in Iron Man. At the time, he was still rebuilding his career and reputation, so Marvel paid him a relatively modest salary, estimated at $500,000 to $2.5 million. But what Downey lacked in upfront salary, he made up for with a smart contract. He negotiated back-end points, meaning he would receive a percentage of the film's profits. Iron Man turned out to be a massive global hit, grossing over $585 million and launching the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. More importantly, it launched a new chapter in Downey's financial life. With each subsequent Marvel film, his salary increased dramatically. By the time Avengers 2012 was released, he earned $50 million, and for Iron Man 3 2013, he took home $75 million. His role as the MCU's central figure meant he was involved in Avengers, Age of Ultron 2015, Infinity War 2018, and Endgame 2019, all of which paid him between $60 to $75 million each, thanks to his profit-sharing deals. After stepping away from Iron Man in Avengers Endgame, Robert Downey Jr. continued to build wealth through a variety of business and creative endeavors. He and his wife, producer Susan Downey, co-founded Team Downey, a production company behind films such as The Judge 2014 and the Sherlock Holmes franchise. Team Downey also produced Netflix's fantasy series Sweet Tooth, giving Downey a consistent stream of income beyond acting. In 2019, Downey launched the Footprint Coalition, a tech-focused initiative aimed at using artificial intelligence and robotics to combat climate change. While not a primary source of income, it elevated his status as a socially responsible entrepreneur and helped attract investors, further solidifying his brand. Downey also owns an impressive real estate portfolio worth over $40 million, including homes in Malibu, the Hamptons, and Venice Beach. His investments in stocks, private companies, and brand endorsements, including a notable $12 million deal with HTC in 2013, contribute additional millions to his fortune. Though extraordinarily wealthy, Downey is known for a relatively grounded lifestyle. He spends lavishly on wellness, martial arts, he is a longtime student of Wing Chun, family travel, and his children's education, but he is not known for excessive materialism. His focus remains on philanthropy, art, and environmental work, a far cry from the chaos of his earlier years. What makes Downey's financial story so extraordinary is not just the magnitude of his wealth, but how he earned it. He turned a career marred by addiction into a triumphant example of reinvention. He became the face of the world's most successful film franchise and used that platform to build lasting financial security.